Now before we even did our measurements, we could actually do something and inspect our bearing shells themselves. These are split shell bearings. Take a look at them and see the scoring and scuffing. Now a little bit of scoring and scuffing is okay. Like you can see, this guy here is reflecting all the light possible, so it's hard to see. But you can see some scuff marks. That's fine. That's reusable. Something else you want to make a note of though, is you actually have two different types of bearing shells. The one with the oil holes is always going to be on the side that has the oil galleries connected to it. If you put the top cap, or sorry, the bottom cap in the top cap slot, one, it probably won't fit because it has tang centered, but it's going to block oil flow and you're going to have a crankshaft failure nearly immediately. You're going to weld that in there. So that's something to make note of. We are going to pull these caps out, not the caps, sorry, but the bearings themselves, and we're going to do a bore alignment. So I'm just going to pop these out quickly and we'll do an alignment check. Okay, just got that last bearing shell out. Now in order to check our main bore alignment, we're going to use our pal, the straight edge, one more time. This nice straight edge. We lay him across here, make sure he's held firm, and we take our 10/15 of an inch feeler blade, so 1.5 thou, and we try to fit it in underneath of there. Now we'll have to hold it firm. My hand's probably going to get in the way. That's okay. And we'll check these. Now this manufacturer says if you can get 15/10 thou underneath that, it needs to be line bored. Now the back one's okay. Front one's okay. This one here in the middle is going to be a little bit more tricky to test. That's okay as well. Does. Okay, we've checked out the rest of the block. We want to check out our main bearing bores. These caps are installed and facing the right direction and torqued to specification. Main bearings are in here in these bores. We want to check a few things. We want to check the maximum diameter, how wore out it is, compare that to our crankshaft journals, see if we're in good shape, see if it's fit for reuse. And we're going to do that using a T-gauge. Now, a lot easier to do it on here than it was on that cam because we can measure the first one, come in from above, slide your T-handle through, measure the second one, and then do the same thing for the last one as well. You can actually get in and have access to all three of these quite a bit easier than the camshaft, just because it has the open crankcase in the bottom. Now when we're doing this, we can use T-gauge or we can use the dial bore gauge as well, if it's a little bit quicker. Now we do want to take our measurements in two positions, but we don't want to take them on this fault line. So we'll take them here and here on each one. That's going to tell us our outer round. On larger engines, you may actually have to take a taper. So you'll take your outer round here, and then just on the other side, here and here.